Hello, hello, hello. Um, just a little pre-hype video thing. Um, I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm really upset with myself that I'm late. I think it's just because I was sick, but I was up on time today. I had switched my schedule around during my days off, and I was feeling a little bit sleepy still this morning, and so I was gonna lay down for like an hour-long nap, and I just didn't wake up on time. So I'm really sorry that I'm late. But let's get going on normal stream today. I am really excited. I did a lot of prep work for the next couple days, this couple days of stream, so I'm excited to show you guys. But let's throw in the hype video and get in the right mood. See you guys in a bit right after that. Hello, hello, hello. Let me get this all set up and going. All right. It behaves. There we go. So, let me catch y'all up on a little bit of things that I set up for today. As it says there on the side, we're doing phase 4 today. I've already got all the parts good to go. In some time, I set up a couple more factory carts, so that's why that chaos is happening. And I was messing around with my little area that I had on Tuesday. It's still not a permanent setup, but I just used over here to make a bunch of the parts that were needed for the turn-ins. I can show you guys that real quick. I just set up these two hyper tubes to kind of speed up back and forth. I was going back and forth a lot. Wow. I didn't want to go that far. Alrighty, so as you can see down there, I got a couple blenders going, and then everything's just coming from storage boxes. So I was pretty much manually doing all this. In fact, I think I have like a bunch of extra random advanced biddies. They should be in my cloud as well. Yeah, I've got a bunch in here. Yeah, so I could probably turn this off at this point, but okay, yeah, this was the cooling devices over here. Oh, I got, jeez, got a full box of this. Okay. Yeah, just sort of random amounts of things over here. I think this was turbo motors. Yeah, turbo motors. I got a lot of those too. So, we'll see what happens today. But a big part of my general plan, depending on what we unlock here, is we're gonna do phase 4. We're gonna look at what there is. I want to do a power grid today, which I think I'll be doing regardless. We might do more of the unlocks in tier 9, depending on what they cost, and see what we do there. And then I have a full spreadsheet that I can show you guys. Hold on. That I spent stupid amounts of time on, actually. So here it is. This is the plan. Now it's kind of a... this is like if we do with what I know right now. And of course there are going to be recipes that we don't know about that are in tier 9. So this is powered with just burning uranium and then making fuel units out of the waste and then sinking those. So this is without the stuff we know about from the teasers. Even this has 630,000 megawatts of power, so we would be very powered. And then basically what this has in here is every single recipe I have right now. If it's something that I use in construction, I am making 240 per minute. If it is any of the advanced units, I make sure I'm making them, but not at a crazy rate. So it's trying to be a little bit pared down version of what I want to do, where we're still making everything. Not everything is being stored, because not everything needs to be stored, and then from there, just you know, having the 240 as the max was because that's my max upload speed, so it should make expanding and building really, really easy. And then from here we would do the expansion to actually try to use everything in the world. However, I have a feeling, since we haven't done the grid yet, I don't actually know how many nodes of everything there are, which is one of the points of doing the grid. But I have a feeling if I find Here's my resources. This uses 50k bauxite, and I feel like that is probably more bauxite than there is, but we'll have to see. Maybe not. But we do know that there's a converter in tier 9, so it'd be possible to do that. There's an even more pared down version of this I could do, where really we just focus on getting the power up and running. Not even at maximum, just nuclear power in general, minimum. Like instead of making enough for, let's see, where's the number? For 22.4 fuel units per minute that we're sinking, we actually make just enough for 1. And we would still get more power than we currently have just from 1. So we could definitely do that. And this is also crazy because just the fuel units, 3.4 million points per minute. So not to mention everything else we're doing, if that'll work out. So yeah, and I would probably tackle this again, kind of power first, and then we'll go from something like concrete. And I've kind of grouped them up. This again might change depending on what we unlock here in a second. But that's the general idea. And we also just want to get this filled out today so that I can see, because this is like acting as if there's none in the world, so that's why there's all these negatives. But we want to make it so that the remaining is 0 exactly would be the preference, but yeah, that'll take time. And I don't think I've done, oh, geysers won't matter. And then water won't matter because water's just, I mean, it will matter, but yeah. That's the other thing about this actually, is that this total power here, which is almost 600,000, is not actually completely accurate. So I do need to add that to the calculations, because right now, it does not account for the miners. It does not account for how much miners or the well extractors or the oil extractors, like none of those are being counted into power, so that's definitely part of it. And then another big one, water, because water, as you can see, we are pulling a ton of it. So all of that definitely needs to be calculated to make sure we don't run out of power with the plan, but did a lot of work on that, so at least we're getting going. Flooding the planet. Yeah, I mean, we're surrounded by water in the game, so it shouldn't be too crazy. But anyway, those are the long-term goals. It's gonna take a lot to get to any of that. First step, though, is phase 4. And also, I will keep basically what I have running up until the moment I have a complete system with the new stuff. Basically, once the new system is better than the old stuff, then we'll just get rid of the old stuff. Maybe we'll have like a demo day or something, I don't know. Honestly, I would like to do it even before then, just so that there's not stuff in my way, because it is kind of in the way, but we'll see how it works out. I need to build the hypertubes even stronger than they are, but it's kind of a temporary thing anyway. Alrighty. Let's see what happens. I'm so excited to see what we unlock, because I'm sure there's at least a couple things that's not been mentioned. So we know the things I know about is Fixonium, I think is what it was called, which is a way to go with your tube idea, yeah. Is to so basically there's a solution now for plutonium waste. You can turn it into the Fixonium, I think that's what it's called, and then you can even sink that for even more power. So we should have, like, I mean, I think easily double the power that was on my spreadsheet there by the end of it. Also, there's a converter, so for that bauxite problem I was mentioning, hopefully we can convert enough other resources, like, for example, and I'll pull the spreadsheet again real quick, we are only using, where is it? We're using 24,000, a little over 24,000 iron ore, and I know from doing the math in Update 8 in update 8, there was like 70,000. And that was before we had 1200 belt speed and before we had all the, they said they basically dotted the world with more iron specifically. So I think there's probably more than 70,000. So that's a lot of extra ore while still being able to make everything I wanted to make and more. So I think with the converter, hopefully we're able to convert enough things that we can do what I want. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Seal it up first. And let's see, besides the converter, I think that's really all I know. Oh, synthetic power shards.
Welcome to the Pioneers Got Power Problems presentation. That was a joke. Anyway, you're familiar with the process. Just throw the lever and the automated systems will take over. Imagine all the time and effort that would be wasted if you had to do all that work as well. Some work is just better suited for machines. Phase 5 contains technology the human brain cannot comprehend, so just trust in me and fix
don't
it
be a thing, don't ask.
and
You wouldn't get it. Don't bother
planned.
trying.
Answering
I don't know
all your
what the
questions will
last
take
two were.
time we simply do not have. Everything is going to be just fine, so long as you do your job. We've come this far together after all, haven't we? Anyway, you know what to do.
Wow.
Just don't forget to keep producing previous project parts, and plan ahead when setting up new production lines, and make sure not to leave it all until the last moment.
That was too fast. I didn't even know what most of that stuff was. I saw the superposition oscillator, which is something needed for one of the crash sites. Yeah, okay, let's go. So excited to see what happens to the station too, or whatever that is up there. Oh, and as for phase 5, we probably aren't doing that for a really, really long time.
Phase 4 of project assembly completed. If style was measured in my performance reports, yours would be something special. Regardless, saving the day is within our grasp. Do not lose focus now. You must understand the weight on your shoulders, but you are not alone. I am here, and I know exactly what's at stake. This goes beyond Earth. Your actions will affect the universe at large. You might think I am exaggerating. Perhaps you will understand once you finish project assembly. Phase 5 awaits. I expect your best work.
So now it has a propulsion system. Is it just like a whole nother, like, humanity boards this and then they go across the galaxy in this thing? I guess basically a space colony of some sort. Alright. Yeah, as I was saying, phase 5, I'm probably not doing that for a really, 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 really long time, because as far as I know, it doesn't unlock any new tech or anything like that, so that'll be something I don't really specifically worry about for a very, very, very long time. And there's 3 parts in there that I don't even know what's involved in them. Let's see. Yeah, there's definitely some of those vibes, isn't there, Reich? Yeah. I'm suspecting one of the backstabs is that we're not actually human. Like, we're just a robot or something like that. Like, we're saving humanity, but we're not actually human, and they just, like, kind of make us think we are. So what were the new things they just added? I already had that. We already had nuclear pasta. Oh, they didn't. Oh, we don't actually get the recipes. That's right. I forget. Okay. Okay. Moment of truth. What do we got? Matter conversion. Okay, here's the converter. the triangles that they talked about, diamonds, the time crystals I've been needing for a very long time. And I guess you would get these recipes if you hadn't already. I wonder if there was a way to get this early. No, because I think you need diamonds, and for the diamonds you need the converter. Power usage is very high and unstable. And this is one of the project parts that we needed. Okay, so this would get us one new building. I think just one. I think the time crystal might give us another building. I'm not sure. Fix it ingot, fix it triangle, diamonds, time crystal, and project part. Quantum encoding. Oh, this was one of the machines I didn't recognize in the thing. Though I think this was in the teaser trailers, actually. Yeah, and he actually talked about some of these. Okay. So we need essential for all. Okay, so we need this, the converter to get this. Dark matter crystal. Dark matter residue. Through the converter or as a byproduct. Okay. Another project part. And then what's this used in? I guess it doesn't really say. Superposition oscillator, often used in teleportation technology and dimensional manipulation. That is the second reference I've seen to teleportation. Okay, what? Wait, what? Wait, so the one we have is they did not tell us about this one. They told us about Mark II and they didn't tell us about Mark III. Okay, so we have a what was Mark? I haven't been using it much. Oh, it's 8 more meters on each side. I think that's a foundation, right? No, that's 2 more. Because this was 1 more. Yeah, no, it's 1 more. It's 1 more. So this was 3x3. Was this 3x3? This was 4x4. I'm sorry. 4x4. 5x5. So Mark III is 6x6. Well, that's gonna be handy. Okay, but we're gonna need the things from the previous year. So far it seems like you really have to start with the first one and then do the second one because you need to be able to make time crystals. Yeah, so we have to go in order from what I'm seeing. No fucking way. Oh my god, I can't believe they didn't even reveal this. Well, that's nice. Well, we're definitely doing this. So, each portal can only have a single link. Link can be made only be made between main and satellite. You can only have a single link? Okay, I guess that's fine. So you'd have to build a bunch of each? It's kind of weird that there's 2 separate ones if that's how it works, though. I was thinking when I saw the names that main portal, you just have like 1 at your main base, and then you have a satellite portal at every single other place, and then you could just, all of them could go back. But it says each portal can only have a single link, so I guess that's not the case. And then ballistic drive is another elevator part. We'll also have to figure out, because one of my ultimate goals here, I'll turn on the music, but like, as we unlock these, once everything is unlocked, right, we'll need to figure out what the most valuable part is, because that's what I'm going to be trying to make as many as possible after I make everything that like that's convenient per minute, like the building stuff per minute. Like we'll have all that, of course, but that's the reason why my plans so far, like the spreadsheet I showed you, didn't have a bunch of project parts being made, even though they're worth a lot of points, because I knew there'd be more project parts. I'm assuming this is the most valuable because it's the last one that we need. But who knows? We'll have to see. Okay, and here's Fixonium. Okay, that is what's called. And the Mark 6 belts. These are big as well. So it looks like I could jump to this one. Like you could do matter conversion and then you could jump to this, which I might do. I don't know. So we did that. We'd have to do this to get this. And this one, all I don't have is the oscillators. So I'd have to do this one. So basically I could do this one as 1, 2, 3. And then I could do, I could do either one at that point. I could do blueprint next, or I could do teleport next. I would probably do this next before the other one, just to see what the recipe for this is. Okay, but I think I have the parts for this, so I think we can do this. What is this? 500 cooling drives, radio control unit. Bam. Easy. Okay, so cooling system. Oh, okay, good. I thought I would have to run over there. That's fine. And then fused, we just need 100. Okay. Easy. Bam.
Milestone reached. The converter uses strange alien matter, abbreviated to SAM, to break down and transform materials at their most fundamental levels. I am sure even you can appreciate the power to manipulate atomic bonds. Most importantly, you are now able to locally create fixite, a highly adaptable synthetic metal, ideal for any kind of construction. It is everything we need to save the day, and perhaps its admirable qualities can inspire you.
Alright, I probably... Is this what I use for diamonds? Let's see. If it's only used for converting, I probably wouldn't bother building it for a while. But if it's how we make diamonds... Let's see, are any of these new? So, we already had that. We already had all this. There we go. Fixite. Okay, there's a bunch of ways to make it. Iron, aluminum, and deuterium. Okay, well that okay, we have plenty of extra iron according to the plan. So let me do that real quick. Let's add these recipes. At the bottom here. Okay. What is it called? Fixite ingot. Oh, okay, and this is the iron recipe. Fixite ingot. So, produced by reconstructing other metals on a molecular level using strange alien matter, synthesized by Fixit to be the perfect construction material and used in the most high-end processes. Okay. There's no byproduct. This one's going to use reanimated SAM and iron ingots. Glad it's ingots, because that would run up part of my plan. Okay, so 240, not just like the raw ore, I mean. And then that makes 10 per minute. It's a heck of a conversion, I guess. Yeah, it's a fourth of value, and it is in the converter. Okay, that makes sense because we are converting. I don't know what the sink value is going to be. Then we'll have fixed site ingot, aluminum. Is that sheets or ingots? Ingots. It's just called aluminum. This also makes fixed site ingot. No byproduct. Reanimated SAM is the same. Aluminum ingot. Do 60 per minute. So it's more reanimated SAM. Oh, but less of the ingots. So 120. So maybe there's a world where this is worth it, but bauxite is one of my problems. So I feel like I wouldn't do it that way. And then we have Caterium. Fixed site ingot. And this is Caterium. Fixed site ingot. Reanimated and struggling type. Reanimated SAM. Caterium ingots. Again, all of them in ingot form, which I think is great. Doesn't mess with my plan at all. So I'm gonna have like hubs that process raw ingredients. 15 in the converter. Okay, so this one is the smallest amount conversion, but also Caterium takes in a lot of Caterium compared to these two to make the actual ingot. So interesting. All right, and then we've got the fixed site trigon. Fixed site trigon. Fixed site trigon. Also, so far, there's been no alternate recipe slots. Okay. Because I'm sitting on a bunch of hard drives. Just need to pay attention to that. Okay. And let me expand this. This is fixed site ingot dash 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 at 10 dash 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 making 30 dash in just a constructor. Okay. That is good. Diamonds. Oh, okay, these aren't in the converter. Perfect. Yeah, we do need the converter, I guess, for the fixed site ingots, though. So if I need fixed site trigon for something, we're gonna need the converter. Okay. Diamond. Diamonds plural. That's how it's listed, so I will list it the same. Oh my goodness, coal. 600 per minute. That is a lot of coal. Holy moly. To make 30. And it is in the particle accelerator, which let me tell you, I was saying like my last stream day that like, oh, that one looks the simplest. It is the simplest in terms of the recipe, but boy did that thing require power. So that's why I have a little bit more power on my Grooved right now, because setting that up. Okay, this has alternates, like a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. That is going to be interesting. Okay, time crystal. Diamonds don't take that much. Time crystal. Time crystal. Dash diamonds. Dash dash dash. 12 per minute. And that is 6. And this is in the converter. Good stuff, good stuff. And then we have project part right here. This is they're quite a bit faster than Basta. Biochemical Sculptor. Yeah, because the particle accelerator has varying power, right? So I guess that makes sense. Chemical sculpt. Oh, I didn't type it right on the other one. Sculptor. Okay. It's very important we type it right. No byproduct. Assembly director system. Fixite. Trigon. And water. That is 0.5, 40, 10, and we make 2 per minute, and we make it in the blender. Okay. And that's it. That's all my new parts. So let's see if we get new recipes from MAM. Okay, yeah, we should, because the diamond had a bunch of alternates. So we'll do that for a couple of accelerators. Yeah, I definitely went around and tapped them up when I was doing the I haven't tapped all of them, but tapped up a bunch when I was doing the pasta. All right, so we did phase 4. All right. So while all this is going, I have a crazy wacky plan for how I'm going to do this this power grid idea of mine. And this will also double as having scanners all over the world, which I do need to figure out probably whether I have enough parts for these. I'm automating all of this except for the heavy modular frames, but I did make a bunch of heavy modular frames. So we'll have to see on that front. But basically my plan, because I want the power poles to be equidistant apart. And then we'll put the radar towers like where we need to on that power grid to see everything all at once. I think I'm gonna start. I feel like we should start in a corner almost, even though the map's not really perfect in that way. I think we can go very far up here. So I think I'm gonna go there. And my plan is basically so that obstacles aren't in the way of me measuring the distance. I'm gonna build a big grid in the sky, and then we're gonna bring it down to Earth, to Massage ABB, as needed for where the points are gonna be. But I'm gonna measure it in the sky. I think we'll see if this works. But today marks the day I start scaling up my plans dramatically, and first part of that is going to be this power grid. Oopsie, I did not mean to get in there. There we go. All right. And just fly over here because it's the furthest cornermost thing I've got. And then, oh, hey, there's a power slug right there. I have to figure out, because I need to start from land. So I'm gonna have to basically just see how far into the corner we can go. Get boats? Nope. No boats. But it's okay, I'm not even gonna be on ground level for this. Hopefully I can make it up this cliff. I might not make it up to this cliff. Oh god, what have I done? Okay, we're good. Alrighty. Guess this is probably the better thing to do. do control, so we're on the grid. And yeah, I'm just gonna go up. How am I gonna go up? Let's do it like that. I also need the power to be up there, but that we'll save that. We'll make the grid and then we'll connect the power to it. Maybe at the end. Not sure I'm gonna do that part. We'll figure it out. I guess when we're near that part, we'll connect it. I think that's probably the easier thing to do. Yeah, we're just gonna go up and honestly, I just don't need. I want to leave like a bunch of this. Just do this. All right. I don't think there's really avoiding this being kind of messy. Now, I know what the highest point is because we got an achievement for it. So we just have to be above that. That one. Once we are up there, it should be very fast to do this. Oh god! Oh god! Why did I fall off like that? I am very good at using a ladder. Thanks for noticing. My ladder skills are legendary. Why is this happening though? I think I'm turning so far that it's like pulling me off of the ladder. Okay. And up there. We're still not above the mountain. We need to just get above the mountain. As long as I'm above the mountain, everything else will be fine. Oh no! Oh, I'm an idiot! Ah, dang it! Oh, I just deleted all my progress. Well, I guess we're restarting that. Honestly, I think there's a better way to do this too. Hold on. I don't really want to redo that. That was dumb. Hi, Dalish. Got a better idea. I just said hi. Hi, Dalish. Welcome in. Let's go up here. So if I just start at the highest point, then I don't gotta worry about this stuff. Oh, hey, mem research complete. That's not a mem. What do we got? Turbo diamonds. Ooh. Well, that would be actually really good, because I was planning on making packaged, or not packaged turbo fuel, I guess. And then we just got oil to diamonds? Well, that seems convenient. Is it like a really bad rate? 200 for 40? Oh, this is still 600 coal. I don't think that's good at all. I don't think that's good at all. This one, maybe. We can run them numbers a little bit. Let's get another one. You can go ahead and add the recipe. Actually, I'll just wait because we're probably gonna get a couple more. So there were a bunch of blank spots for diamonds. That's at least 2 of the recipes for diamonds. All right, climb up here. If we start up here, I don't have to like build into the sky, which is much more difficult than just zooping across. Or certainly more tedious. Oh, this isn't gonna work. All right. I thought there was like stepping stones. They must be higher up. This looks standable. There we go. I could just build my way up there, but isn't this more exciting? Pretty sure I already have that crash site. I have been up here many a time. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. I made it. All right. Well, that radiation damage means I did it. Okay. I'm gonna just do this. I'll do vertical up like 1. You know what? No. There. Now no one can say it's floating because it's going to be connected via that foundation. All right. Did I put this on the grid? I think I did. Yeah, okay. All right. So now we zoop. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna zoop. We have to zoop way out first. Where am I? Yeah, we're nowhere. We're nowhere. Because I think we want to hit the flat edges. That's how we know we'll have succeeded. Though I don't know if I want to build power out in the water. I'm not sure what I want to do. We are gonna have factories out in the water because we need so much water for some of my factories, but there's not any nodes out here, is the thing. I gotta do this. I guess what I could do is we could just build like a radio tower out here to uncover the map situation. Oh, but I can't power it because I haven't put power up here yet. This is maybe not the best plan. Hold on. Let's hold off on this part. I'm gonna build towards that other base. And then we'll pull power up here. If I can. Because it's pretty far up above where my power is at the moment. This game's so pretty. I like the world a lot. Oh. Alright. Do that for a second. And we will go towards that. Yeah, how am I gonna pull power up here, guys? I don't even know what I'm doing. Yeah, okay. So I originally wasn't gonna bother putting power up here. So I was just gonna do like power up here wouldn't matter because I'm just gonna build below here. Like I'm not actually gonna build in the sky any of the permanent stuff. I'm just gonna use this to measure. But I think I can still kind of do that. So I want to get over the cornermost part of the land here, I think. I also have to determine the max distance that the platforms measured in foundations that they can reach. We're still definitely not over the corner. Maybe this is a bad way to do it. I really don't know. Because we're very high up. So my idea of like pulling down from this is probably more difficult than I originally was thinking in my head. So maybe this is all for naught, and we should just do this on the ground. 'Cause once I'm over this, to be honest, I don't even really know what my plan is. 'Cause we have to go to the ground. Oh man, I don't think this is gonna work. Because basically, to get the measurement from up here, I would have to pull down the foundations all the way to the bottom every time. So I actually don't think this is what I want to do. Okay, so we've got more. What's the normal recipe? 30 per minute for 20. Oh, this is petroleum coke. And petroleum coke. Okay. I could see that being good. And then less coal, more quartz. That's the better one. Doesn't matter though, we should be able to get all of them. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I hate to say it, but I don't think this is gonna work. I think I'm gonna be better off doing this on the ground. Okay, well, one more try, guys. One more try. All right. Let me just... I swear, I'm gonna figure this out. See, in my head, I was just gonna make a grid in the sky and then pull it down, but now that I am seeing it, I'm like, that's really far to pull down every single time. And we're still gonna have to deal with issues of elevation to do it the way I want to do it, because I want the power poles to be like, you know, they're not going to be like floating or anything. Like they're going to be on the ground, but I just want them to be, if possible, still equidistant apart. But maybe it's not possible. Like there's just so many changes in elevation that my plan might not work. Just gonna have to do our best. I can't like terraform a mountain or something to get power through, so. My pockets must be getting so full of sheet. All right, I have a lot of pockets. That's good. All right, basically I've done nothing. Yay. Let's get over there. Yeah, the part of this that's would be sort of confusing is the old stuff being in the way.
just have to see what I do. Because, like, imagine if a power grid or like a power platform is supposed to be, according to the grid and the measurements, right in the middle of like that factory. That would be a problem. And I feel like we're gonna run into that problem. Because I've got so many, like we've got our steel, we've got the motor factory, we've got this little setup. I'm not too worried about this one though, because I could just tear that down, no big deal. We've got the aluminum setup, which is beyond the fog over there. We've got all these different, like, you know, roads and things. And then my main base and the cave base, which I guess the cave wouldn't be much of a problem. And I will probably just make this a surface power situation anyway. Like, I'm not gonna route the power to the caves with the beginning of this. I'm just gonna set it up. All right. So we'll just do it on what is actually ground. And I've got a blueprint, which I don't think I can lock blueprints to the grid. So I need to first say, like, here's the world grid. So if I grab my blueprint, which we can put on, oh yeah, I didn't decide which one I wanted. I think I'm gonna do this one though. 9. Here's like my little power thing. Can't lock it, really? Oh, it has to be on it. That is a problem. Because now, the only way to lock it to the grid... No, it did work like that. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm gonna get either really good at this, or I'm not gonna get really good. Oh, there it goes. H. So where does this go? Ah, it's too far, too far. So why didn't that work with this one? Oh, it does. Okay. So this should be... pretty much perfect. Wait a minute. That didn't look right. What? That wasn't on the grid at all. Yeah, it's clipping through it. Why? Pretty please. Maybe I don't want to do this with blueprints. This is awful. Blueprint mode, maybe? I can't line this to the grid at all. That's a problem. What am I gonna do? Even if I do this... yeah, that's not... I honestly thought this was going to be a much simpler process. Where is that? Why is it lining up like that? It doesn't even make sense. The bounding box isn't the entire thing. Huh? The bounding box is wrong. Look at that. Did I just build this wrong? Is that the problem? Hold on. Surface is too uneven. Just load. Oops, load this one. Okay. No, that's on the line. So why? Yeah, that's lined up. Huh. This is gonna be way more complicated than I thought. I don't understand why I can't align these to the grid at all.
Will we ever get off this island?
Alright, time for another idea. Wow, this is a really good way to pass the time for my hard drives. Okay, and then we have limestone and coal. Okay. Cloudy diamonds. And let's see, how close are we to having all of the diamond alternates? 2 more. Boom. Okay. So if I want it to be here, can I? So my blueprint is 3 by 3, I think. But I do want it to be below this, so that's going to be a problem. So I want it to be on the ground. But maybe I just can't. Maybe I just need to have the blueprint be not the ground. So I can do this. All right, let's see here. Blueprint, this one. Yeah, so I could line it up like this, but then I have the problem of it being not on the ground because it's on the foundation. So I'm making the sacrifice that it's on this. And if I remove this, then it will just be floating, which is not what I want either. I want it to be, oh, I hate the flickering so much. I didn't even do anything weird, I just put a wall in. Okay, how about this? So we want it to be centered on there, right? What if I can get a blueprint like this one. We line it up here. Why is that not lined up? Really? I genuinely don't even know if that's respecting. I did mess up though because you know that's fine. So let me do this. Grab that. Come on. Come on. Do it like this. Boom. Boom. Then we grab 9. We're in blueprint mode, so it should just snap like that. That didn't even remotely snap. Oh my gosh. I think I hate blueprints because they're not working. I mean, it looks fine, but it's not on the grid. So if I were to reach to this, it would be all misaligned. I might have to do this manually. Manually, I certainly would be closer to done than I am now. Yeah, it didn't line up at all. Well, darn, I didn't think this would take me this long today. But I can't even get one place down in the right position. All I can really think to do is we set them down manually. I guess I'm just gonna try that. I don't know. So let's go with the 4 meter default. What is the fastest way for me to do this? So I want to line it up. I don't want to build a lookout tower everywhere I go, but we might have to. I want the platform. And I think it's aligned if that is 1 in. That aligned? Nope. Neither is that. What is happening here? Why am I incapable of lining this up? I'm gonna drive myself nuts. Okay, that's correct. So that's centered. Wow, okay. Did it. Maybe. Okay, from this point, if we're trying to make a grid, we need to figure out how far we can reach. So that was a zoop. This is 10 foundations. That's 10 more. Let me just do this real quick. Just as a marker. I don't think we can reach this far. But let's try. So we'll center this one like that. That does reach. Okay. Begs the question, can I go further? Another marker. So this is 3 zoops. Three zoops this way. Now we would have to go down. So I think what we want to do is not go the full length, so that when there's changes in elevation, it still works. Wow, it can go really far. Okay, so that's 3 zoops. Interesting. So 3 zoops. Let's go. There's no way it goes 4 zoops, right? 4 zoops would be too far. The further it goes, the better, though, because then I don't have as much building to do. Holy moly! I've clearly been building these way closer together than they need to be. I can't believe it goes that far. Alright. Another one. I've lost track of how many zoops I've zooped. What do we got? Give it to me. Okay, so it's these two that I don't have. I think diamonds were the only thing that had alternates, because that's all I've been getting. Alright, so I'm gonna leave these up, I guess? How many hard drives do I have left? 10? I mean, I'm starting to wonder if I collected them all or not. It feels like I'm probably really close. If we have all the recipes that we could have right now, or they're here, basically, then, so if I do this, it should say I can't, right? Enable. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. And the future tiers had 2 more project parts, which probably don't have alternates. We had we already have the triangles. They didn't have alternates. We already had the ingots. It already came with its alternates. Time crystal doesn't have an alternate, obviously. Okay, so we're missing like the super oscillator things. The neural computers, I think is what they were called. Pixonium. What else did it tell us was in the future tiers? Not that many new recipes, I don't think. Like, there's 1 more or 2 more project parts. That makes it 5. And wait, I think or no, ingots. Let's look at ingots. Yeah, I still have these. I assumed that those slots were converter recipes. But we didn't actually get them. Oh. So those slots are something else. Because these aren't here. They weren't actually in my recipe book. Oh no, they are. Okay. So these are what these are. And even if I went to bauxite from copper, from that copper ore. Okay. What does iron turn into or come from? Limestone. Okay. But then what is... It can be converted to coal or to sulfur. And then sulfur can be converted to limestone or copper. So we would want to go to copper, because if we go to copper, that's when I could convert to bauxite. Okay, so it's iron to sulfur to copper. Iron to sulfur. Iron to sulfur is one conversion. Sulfur to copper is another, and then copper to bauxite. So it's 3 steps to get to bauxite. Interesting. Anyway, distractions. It does mean that all of my ingots, for some reason, have alternate recipes. So there's a good amount of alts left that I was assuming were coming from a converter, but apparently not. So there's 3 here. This one didn't have it though. 2 for this that I don't have, which I think... Oh, no. They're just sitting in here. Okay, so we actually already have them. Well, we don't have them, but by not picking them, I won't waste hard drives on these. So I'm saving 5 hard drives, essentially, by not processing these 5. And then I save 2 more hard drive, or like 1 more hard drive by not processing this one. So even if I missed 6 of them, we should be able to get the rest of the recipes. Brain power. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Did I actually try at this distance yet? Oh. Wait. No. Okay. So this is a zoop too far. Let's just do it at that amount of zoops then. How many ever that was. Which I definitely lost track. So that was a lot of zooping. It was much further than I thought they could reach. So it is... 1, 2, 3, 4 zoops. 4 zoops apart, so 40 apart. So next step, we want it to be on the ground. That's sort of my goal here. So we'll, from 40, do this. Hopefully. I have to kind of remove this because otherwise I might not be able to see to do the connection. to press so many buttons to run while doing this. Alright. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. I think the realization is hitting me that even this power grid is going to take me way longer than I thought. Alright. At least to do it to the degree I want to do it. Okay, there's no straight line of sight. So this is the other thing I have to figure out what I want to do. Is that there will be times where there isn't a line of sight, even though they're the correct distance from each other. And this is one of those times. So I think when there isn't... Oh, I didn't even actually place it, because I'm a dummy. Thought I placed it. So, we'll put this and then see if there's line of sight. But when there's not a line of sight, I need to figure out what my solution is. So, just do this, because I think there's power near me. I'm actually tempted to just power this now, power the grid as I build it, just so I can use my hover pack. It's gonna be helpful. Alright. So if I don't have line of sight, I could always just, like, force it, right? But if I force it, it's gonna go through things, and I don't visually want that. So one option I have is I could raise one of them onto like a higher platform, specifically so that it won't go through objects like that. But I don't think that'll always work. So I think I still need an alternative to that. Because, like, what if one of these ends up right next to a cliff? If I measure it out properly, and then it measures right next to a cliff. In that case, there's not going to be anything I can really do without making another one. So I think instead, I will put something in the direct line. I'll put a platform in the direct line wherever it needs to go, but it has to be a line, will be my rule. So it has to still be on this, like, invisible grid, what will be an invisible grid of foundations. So we go vertical.
Hello.
And we go zoop. So if it's right there, is on this grid. And make sure it is centered. Is it centered on the foundation? There we go.
Hello.
There. Easy peasy. 3 parts. Actually, only really 2 parts of my grid are done with by doing that. Oh boy. We'll be here a long while today, guys. Alright, so let's figure out the other part of this. I feel like once I get a system down, I'll speed up. I just have to figure out specifically what I want to happen here. So we're gonna hook it up to the grid. That way this has power and we get all the benefits that power provides. All right, now part 2. Whenever we can or need to, I need to put down radio towers. And the other question I have for myself is, am I going to build power towers and radio towers in the ocean? And if I do, are they permanent or are they just temporarily so I can uncover the ocean just so the fog of war is gone? I'm going to try it and see how it looks, and we'll go from there. Actually, we do want soup. And we go 4 zoops, and then we can connect. So we'll just 2. 3. 4. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Is that centered? Yes. Are the toesies in the right place? No.
Hello.
Oh, geez. I am really bad at this video game sometimes. Wait, how is that not aligned? So confused. Corner, corner, okay. Maybe I'll get good at this over time. Uh-oh. Well, now it's not reaching. Why? Was it not 4 zoops? I could have sworn it was 4 zoops. Wire too long. What? I guess we didn't actually connect it directly. Uh-oh. Was it 3? It must have been 3. Or maybe I'm right on the limit on accident, and just the matter of like which way it's facing is affecting it. 1, 2, 3. So this is 10. Guess we'll do 3 zoops, because it's what it needs. Okay, that worked. Okay. Yeah, maybe I just miscounted before. It's weird. So that's out here. Oh, but okay, I don't actually want this here because I want it in the water. Unless I'm doing this temporarily, and then I don't care. Which I might do it temporarily. Hmm. Because otherwise, I have to do something like this. Fall to my doom as soon as I delete this. Okay. And then from here, that just so I can point my thingamajigger. Problem is my depth perception is terrible. I think that's how it's supposed to look. Okay. So it would look something like this. Get rid of these. Then the thing I would probably do after we actually get all of the power towers placed and connected. Oh. There we go. After we actually get them all placed and connected is changing what they're on from being just a basic foundation to looking more like natural. Well, I say natural, but more industrial. How about that? So the question is, do I actually want it to be in the water? I don't necessarily think that it will look bad if I put it in the water. One. Two. And 3. Can never tell if it's in the right place until I walk up really close. It's cause problems. Right. Boom. Are we on a border or am I just... Let's see. 1. Ah. 2. Oh, that's the border. Oh god. Okay. Okay, so it wasn't that far out. Where was it exactly? Somewhere like there. It doesn't look like a border. I was kind of hoping that where it was straight was where the border was. Okay. Let's see what this does. Oh no. Okay, so how can I designate a border safely? You know what I kind of wish I had is just like, what are those things called? The buoys. And just put buoys in the water where it's not safe. Because I don't know if it's even a straight line. It might not be a straight line. Should make this even harder. Because I'm definitely going to be building out in the water for some of these factories. So it's important that we know where the true end of the world is. I mean, by putting a radio tower here, I automatically see it on my map. So I guess we could do something like this. Oops. What's that? Fix all this. All this gonna get fixed. So we go 1. 2. I didn't actually measure how far this was. Is it less than a zoop? It is exactly 12. That's what that is. Alright. So we'll see if the dead zone is also 12 in other spots on this side of the world. And we want it to be the ladder to face the same way, I guess, every time. Why not? And then we'll do this. Climb up. Oh, that's interesting. I guess that just has to happen. Really? Makes for a clean, straight shot between them, I guess, except for when you hit that. Okay, so that's good. And then this was also a mess that I didn't clean up. Power. Okay. So. Yep, I knew I'd fly right off. Too sharp of a turn. Okay. So let's build 12. So that's 10. And we want 2 more. We'll go grab the tower, which I'll put on my hotbar. Now what happens? A weird dotted line. Actually, I don't even need to build one here, do I? Because it doesn't. It's definitely not even. So the dead zone isn't in the same spot. Here you go. 8. Huh. So past this one was a dead zone. Now we've gone much further. Ooh. All right. Call that unsafe. So this is unsafe from here. Wire too long. So is it curved slightly, I guess? I really don't know how I'm gonna do this. What's an efficient way to mark? How are there? Oh, okay. This reaches really far. Which is good. How am I gonna do this, y'all? I guess what I could do is just mark this like danger. Danger. And then we get rid of these. Because I don't want unnecessary stuff like that. So even if I keep the power out here, I don't think I'm gonna keep the towers. Instead, we'll just build out as far as we can out here. It's gonna be a little interesting because we can't even see where the grid is and where it isn't on the map. Unless I mark it. Which I don't really think I should. So I only have 250 markers anyway. But I am gonna mark the dead zone, I think. Just like we've been doing. So let's just do that. So we're going 3 zoops, power tower. So 1, 2, 3. Power tower.
I have seen killer bees kill people, kill horses,
What's the song talking about killer bees? Alright. And then we need to walk out and find the dead zone. Hey, Juan. Now, if it's too far out, I guess I need to extend the power grid, actually. That's 1, 2, 3, right there. Huh. So I guess I need to extend it here. Is that really... Hold on. Got these. Distracted. Must have been 3. Yeah. Okay. I'll put another power tower down. I should change my title because we're not doing that anymore. Setting up world wide power grid. I will change it over on YouTube. Conquest, yes. That.